So the topic for this class is HBase shell commands. So all the concepts which we have explored theoretically in our introduction to HBase class will be doing all these things practically now. So let's start the class with the agenda. The agenda for today's class is verify Hadoop and HBase services, start HBase shell, list all tables, create a table, insert data into a table, scan a table, get data or version data from a table, count number of rows in a table, disable or enable the table, delete data from a table, delete a table itself, help command in HBase, and exit from HBase shell. This is the agenda and we will be doing all these things practically. The very first thing is verify Hadoop and HBase services. Before you start HBase practicals, make sure that Hadoop and HBase services are running. In case you are installing HBase in standalone mode, in that case whether Hadoop services are running or not, that does not make any difference, because in that case your HBase is not dependent upon Hadoop for storing of your tables. Otherwise, when you are installing in distributed mode, it's mandatory that your Hadoop services should be running so that HBase services can interact with Hadoop services and they can store the HBase table data easily on HDFS. So let's start with the first thing, start HBase shell. If I talk about Hadoop, from bin directory of Hadoop, we were executing all Hadoop commands. Copy from local, copy to local, cat command, tail command, execution of word count, and other map to the job. On the other hand, if I talk about HBase, you cannot execute any command from bin directory of HBase. Instead, you have to open a separate shell, which is known as HBase shell. So HBase shell will recognize only HBase commands. That means if you will type pwd command or cd command or clear command, those commands will not work. It will recognize only and only HBase commands. So how to start the separate shell for HBase? From the bin directory of HBase, you will type /HBase space shell, and that will be starting your HBase shell. So I am coming back to terminal. My Hadoop and HBase services are running fine, as you can see. From here I will type /HBase space shell, enter. You can see that a separate type of shell is open now. It is saying HBase main 001. This 001 is just the number. You are executing first command, so it's saying 001. You will execute second command, it will say 002, and like that. Let's try some commands. Suppose I will type date, enter. You can see that undefined local variable or method date, the command which usually executes very easily on my Linux terminal, it's not running now. I will type pwd, it's not running. If I want to clear my screen, I will type clear. Even clear is not working. As I told you, it will recognize only HBase commands. In case you want to clear the screen, we have a shortcut for that. You can press and hold Control key and L for lion. So Control L will clear your screen immediately. So now we are ready to start with HBase commands. As we talked in yesterday's class, that HBase query syntax is different from SQL, because HBase is not a SQL. First of all, it is a NoSQL, not only SQL. It has the new concept. It has the different query syntax. In RDBMS, in Oracle, or in Microsoft SQL Server, Teradata, If I want to see the tables, I type show tables, right? But here in HBase, we have the command list and semicolon is not required. Just type list, press enter. You can see that. 0 rows in 0.5280 seconds. 0 rows means there is no result, there is no table. And after that, the time taken to execute this list command. So as of now, there is no table, no data in HBase. But that's fine. We can create our own table. We can do that. So let's come back to PDF. I will show you this table. This is the same slide which we had already explored yesterday. This is just for a quick reference. First of all, we have the data in key value format. After that, we have the concept of column family, official and personal. We have the concept of qualifiers, department, designation, name. Qualifiers are not bounded to every row. Those are specific to a particular row. And you can see first row has one key and 3 values associated with the key. Second row, one key and only one value associated with that. And that's possible. Different rows can have different number of columns in HBase table. That's completely possible. So what we will do, we will create this table only. Let's create employee table with 2 column families and we will do some more practicals. So you can see the command for creating the table. Create table name, then column family 1, comma column family 2, comma column family 3 and like that. It's quite simple. And one more thing, apart from the keywords of HBase, just like list is a command, it's a keyword. Here create is a keyword. Apart from the keywords, whatever else you are typing, that must be in single quotes. You can have a look. Create is the keyword. Employee is my table name, that's in single quotes, comma column family 1 official, that's in single quotes, comma column family 2 personal, that's 2 in single quotes. This will quickly create a table employee with 2 column family official and personal. And as you know, qualifiers are not part of table schema. Table definition does not have any idea about your qualifiers. So let's do it practically. I am opening my terminal and will type create. In single quote I will type employee, comma official, comma personal and enter. This will create my table and I can do list just to verify, and you can see that when I am doing list, it's telling me that there is a table employee. If I want to load some data into the table, because as of now there is no data, so we have a command for that. The command is put table name employee, then the row key. As you know, there is a key value concept, so key is mandatory. I will provide the key. I can give EMP001. Okay. After that, a combination of column family and qualifier. I can give personal colon F name. F name stands for first name. And you know, qualifiers is something which you can give at runtime. So there is no hard and fast rule. Whatever you will give here, that will be created as a qualifier. I am giving F name. So that's fine. And finally, the value. Suppose the value is Neeraj and enter. So this one key value pair has been successfully inserted into my HBase table. Can I verify that? Just like in RDBMS, we have select star from table, which displays each and everything, right? Similarly, here we don't have select star from table, but we have the similar command, that is scan and table name employee. Scan means it will be scanning the complete table. Whatever number of rows, whatever number of columns, key value pairs are there, those will be displayed here. So I am pressing enter now, and you can see the data. The row key employee 001, column is equal to personal colon F name, timestamp is equal to this, and value is equal to Neeraj. With every insert, with every update, HBase stores the current timestamp automatically. So this way, one detail about an employee has been added. If you want to add more detail about the same employee, we can even do that. So put employee 001, the combination of column family and qualifier, official colon, suppose department. That's all. And suppose department name is Hadoop. Enter. So in the same table employee, for the same employee, that is employee 001, I have loaded official detail, that is department detail, and that is Hadoop. Shall I scan the table once again? You can see that. Employee 001 column is equal to official colon department. We have the timestamp and the value is equal to Hadoop. So this way you will keep on adding the detail for the same employee. In case you want to store the detail for a new employee, you need to change the key. So let's try that. So I will change the employee ID, employee 002, personal colon F name, and I will provide the name of the second employee, suppose Ram. Enter. If you want to clear the screen, as I told you, Control L, and we will scan the table once again. You can see that. For employee 001, we have two details. One is first name, that is Neeraj, and one is department, that is Hadoop. But for second employee, employee 002, we just have one detail, that is first name, the value is Ram, and that's fine. It's not mandatory that every row have the same number of values. It's not mandatory. And these three key value pair are ultimately representing two rows. You can see this. This is a very important thing, because first two key value pairs are representing the one row in the table, and the last key value pair, employee 002, that's representing the second row in the table. So that's why these three key value pairs are representing two rows. So I'm coming back to PDF. Let's see what's next. Insert data we have talked about. Scan a table, we have done that. The next is get data from a table. Scan has a scan will scan the complete table. If you are having millions of rows, scan command will display all the millions of rows over the terminal. First of all, displaying millions of rows over the terminal does not make any sense. Second thing is, terminal is not even capable of displaying millions of rows over the terminal. What it will do, it will keep on displaying the newer rows. At the same time, the older rows will keep on disappearing. So scan is not always useful. Sometimes when you need the limited data, you want the data specific to an employee. So in that case, instead of scan, we can use get command. Get command will help you to display the limited data, specific data. So let's try this in our terminal. Instead of scan, I will do get table name employee, and which employee you want to see the details for. I can provide EMP001, enter, and you can see that the detail for employee 001 are displayed here. Official colon department and personal colon F name. These two columns are there for employee 001, and the detail about these two columns, Hadoop and Neeraj, are displayed here. Sometimes you are not interested in all the detail. Maybe you say that you are interested just in official detail of the employee. So you can even specify that. Comma, you can specify the column family, official, enter, and you can see that. only official details are displayed. So this way, as per your need, you can use scan command, which will display each and everything. You can get the data corresponding to a specific key. You can do that. And even for a specific key, if you want more specific detail corresponding to a particular column family, you can even try that, as we have done here. This is about getting the data, but this will give you the latest data only, not version data. Let's do one thing. Let's change the department of Neeraj. As of now, the department of Neeraj is Hadoop. Let's change that. So there is no separate command for updating. You can simply insert again with some new value, and that will be an update. Okay. So you can see this command. Put employee 001 official colon department. Earlier value was Hadoop, and now I will change it. I will make it HBase. Enter. New value has been inserted. If you want, I can show you. You can see this. I am getting the official detail for employee 001. It's displaying official colon department. We have the timestamp and value is equal to HBase. Very interesting thing. Hadoop was there. I modified it. Now the latest value HBase is displayed. What about the older value? I want to display that as well. It's still there, but the default behavior of HBase is it displays the latest value. In case you want older value as well, you have to pass some extra parameters for that. Okay, so let me try. You can see this get table name employee, keys employee 001. Let me type the command first, then I will explain. Official and you can see that. The command is get employee, that's my table name, employee 001, then columns is equal to official. What does that mean? Columns is equal to official means column family is equal to official. Actually, when you create a table, by default, every column family can maintain 3 versions. But in case you want to change it, maybe you say that maintaining 3 copies for personal detail is fine, because personal detail usually does not change with time. First name, last name, home address, blood group, these things does not change. But official detail keeps on changing. Home, your office phone number, your designation, salary, manager name, these things keeps on changing. Maybe at the time of table creation, you want to maintain 20 versions for official detail and 3 versions for personal. My point is, when you are getting the version data, you need to specify which column family you are getting the data from. That's what I am doing. Columns is equal to, this is equal to greater than is a, you need to type like that only. That means equal to. So columns is equal to official, comma, versions is equal to 2. I am requesting that I need the latest 2 version. And you can see that. The latest one with this timestamp is HBase. The older one with this timestamp is Hadoop. If you want, we can update this once again. Let's update the department of Neeraj once again. I will make it our next technology, that is Hive. Enter. And this time I will request for 2 versions. You can see latest is Hive, older is HBase. And where is Hadoop? It's there only, but since you requested for 2 version, it has displayed latest 2. If you want to see that, let's request for latest 3. And you can see that. Latest is Hive, older is HBase, and oldest is Hadoop. You can keep on updating the value, it will keep on maintaining. But by default, it maintains only 3 versions. Shall we try once again? Let's update once again. I will make it scoop. Enter. And let's request for 4 versions. I am requesting, but does not mean that it will display 4, because it does not maintain 4. You can see that. the oldest value Hadoop that has been finally deleted, because on top of that 3 more values have come. So the latest is Scoop, older is Hive, more older is HBase, and the oldest one Hadoop that has been finally deleted. This way you can keep on updating the data and keep on getting the version data. In case you feel that the number of version 3 is less, in that case we can alter the table and we can change the version information for that particular column family. Otherwise, when you are creating the table, at that time also you can specify that this column family should maintain these many versions. I will show you the same shortly in upcoming slides. So I'm coming back to PDF and let's see what's next. Get data we have done, get version data we have done. The next is count the number of rows in a table. Sometimes you don't want to do the scan command or get command. You just want to see how many rows are there. You just want that number. So you can simply use count and table name. It will give you how many rows are there without displaying the data. Otherwise you can do the scan, which will display the complete data, and at the end it will tell you how many rows were there in your table. So this way, if required in some scenarios, you can use count function directly. Moving to the next slide, disable a table. Sometime as a HBase or as a Hadoop admin, you are doing some maintenance activity and you want to restrict the access for some time. You don't want the people are accessing your table or loading more data into the table or scanning the table. You want to restrict the access for some time. We are not deleting the table. We are simply disabling it for some time. So you will execute the command disable and then table name. Your table will be immediately disabled. You can have a look at the screenshot. We have scan employee. It was giving the detail. It was displaying the data. Then I disabled the table. Disable and table. It has disabled my table. And after that I again try scan employee. It was not displaying the data. Instead it was giving a big error message. Once you are done with your maintenance activity and you want to make this table available for the users, you can enable it with the help of enable command. So you can see in the screenshot, I enabled the table and after that I tried scanning the table. It was displaying the data without an issue. So this was about enable and disable. Moving to the next slide, delete data from a table. Just like we can insert individual key value pair in HBase table, we can even delete individual key value pair. If I compare with RDBMS, in RDBMS you can delete a particular row, you can do that, but deleting a particular column is not possible. If I tell you that delete the department information for an employee, you can't do that. There is no way. On the other hand, HBase allows you to add the individual key value pair and even delete the individual key value pair. You can have a look at this screenshot. I scanned the employee table which was displaying the detail for employee 001 and employee 002. Official colon department, official colon designation, personal colon name. What I am doing is I am deleting the department information. Delete table name employee, employee ID, or you can say key, employee 001, and then the column, combination of column family and qualifier which you want to delete. So official colon department, I am providing this. This particular value will be deleted. The remaining detail about employee 001, that is designation information and the name information, will be still there. I scan the table and you can see designation and name information is still there, but department information, the very first key value pair, that has been deleted. So this way we can delete individual key value pair if required. And in case you need to delete the complete table itself, we can even do that. You can see. For deleting a table, we have the drop command, but drop has a prerequisite. You have to disable the table first. Let's try it. Let's try to delete the table without disabling it. Let's try. Drop table name employee, and you can see the error message. This one. The table employee is enabled. Disable it first. That means you cannot delete a table which is enabled. You need to disable it first, and then only you can drop it. So let's disable the table. Table has been disabled, and now I can drop it. Yes, and I can try list 0 rows, because there was only one table employee, and that we have deleted. So as of now there is nothing, there is no table in HBase. I'm coming back to PDF, and let's see what's next. Help command in HBase. Sometime you remember the command name, that there was a command list or scan or anything else, but you are not aware about the usage of that command, or you are not sure how many arguments that particular command will take. In that case, what you will do, you can take help. In this screenshot, as you can see, I have taken help for create command. So we'll type help, and then the command name you can type in single quotes. So you can see that it is displaying the complete uses of the command. It's telling you that this command will create table, pass table name and a dictionary of specification per column family, and optionally a dictionary of specification of table, and dictionaries are described below. Basically, dictionary means dictionary in the sense. So you can see the examples below, which are with syntax which are used to create the table. The very first syntax is create T1. T1 is the table name, comma, curly bracket start, name is equal to F1. That's the name of my column family, comma, versions is equal to 5, curly bracket closed. As I told you at the time of table creation, if you are not happy with the default version, you want to change it, you can specify that at the time of table creation. So I am specifying here that the F1 column family in table T1 will be maintaining 5 versions. That's one way to create a table. Let's see the second way. Create T1, comma, curly bracket start, name is equal to F1, curly bracket closed. I am not specifying the versions. And in case you are not specifying, it will go with the default, that is 3. Comma, curly bracket start, name is equal to F2, curly bracket closed. Similarly, name is equal to F3. What this command will do? This command will create a table T1 with 3 column family F1, F2 and F3, and every column family is capable of maintaining 3 versions. And the above in the shorthand would be the following. The shortcut for that, the simplest way to create the table is this one. Create table name, comma, column family 1, comma, column family 2, comma, column family 3. The same method we have used for creating the table. That means this curly bracket name is equal to this, it's not required. The simplest way to create the table is this. Provide table name and the column family name. That's all. So friends, this is just an example of taking help for create command. Similarly, we have other commands, put command, scan command, get command, enable, disable, count. You can take help for any command. Help command will provide you the detailed description along with the syntax and along with a few examples which will make your concept even more clear. Okay, let's see what's next. The next we have is exit from HBase cell. As you know that HBase cell is recognizing only HBase commands. PWD, CD, clear, these commands are not working. So once you are done with your HBase practicals, you can type quit. You will be exit from HBase cell, and after that whatever activities you want to do on your normal Linux terminal you can do over there. Okay, so with this slide we are done for the day. If you want I can show you terminal. I will type quit here and you can see I'm outside. I can type date. That command will display current date and time. I can try pwd. It's displaying my present working directory. I can even try clear command. It's clearing my screen. Okay, so friends, with this slide we are done for the day.